Good day, viewers. This is Dr. Makinde again this morning from Touchmark Farmer Center. As you know, our center is concerned with anything that has to do with agriculture, and especially we're interested in building farmers, both existing and those who intend to come into this business. But today we have a special guest in the house. I will allow him to introduce himself, and we are going to be getting very, very good information on something that is going to help your business, especially in agriculture business. I have my guest this morning is Dr. Niyi Bankole, but I think I want him to introduce himself fully. Dr. Niyi.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Bankole Niyi. I'm a veterinary doctor, currently working with Zoetis as a technical manager for English-speaking West African countries. That's about myself. Talking about Zoetis, Zoetis is the former Pfizer Animal Health, the biggest in the livestock pharmaceutical sector, and then we operate in so many countries of the world, including Nigeria. Our focus mainly is around prevention of diseases.
Okay, just like he said their focus is mainly prevention of diseases, and I think that is very, very important. Now, please, based on your experience, can you tell us some of the gap you have noticed in the industry?
So the first gap is the fact that the farmers and even veterinarians in most cases are having a lot of gaps in knowledge in terms of both animal health and management practices. That is one. Two, the second gap is in terms of the availability of solutions or products. Then lastly, the last gap is the failure of the system to build in a preventive culture into the livestock business. And so what do I mean by preventive culture? We are so used to, in terms of our work as professionals, and at the same time, our businesses are built on curative measures. So we wait till the animals are sick before we begin to take action. However, the current trend, even the sustainable goals of the United Nations, is meant to in such a way that the animals must be prevented from falling sick. So why is this prevention very important? Number one, we are having antimicrobial resistance. Antimicrobials are no longer working as they used to, not because they are not good, but because the bugs, the bacteria, are becoming resistant to them. Secondly, the issue of residual in human food is also becoming something we have to take cognizance of. Then again, our environment is becoming very important to us. We need to take care of the environment. So these are the factors that make prevention far more important than waiting for when there will be a problem for us to treat. However, it is also more economical because when we prevent, we are able to run a smooth production without having any problem, because treating animals that are sick comes with a lot of loss in forms of the cost of treatment and then the loss in production.
Okay, you mentioned something about the gaps. Some of these gaps, how do you think Zoetis have been able to come up to solve some of those problems?
So in the past, Zoetis has invested in setting up of diagnosis laboratories that have assisted a lot of farmers. Secondly, we have done a lot of trainings. And then lastly, we have done a lot of registration. That is bringing in solutions that are registered in Nigeria to assist farmers.
Wow, beautiful. Viewers, I think from what Dr. Bankole said, it's very, very important for us to know that prevention is better than cure. And that is what Zoetis have been able to identify. And that is what they have been driving for many years. And to the best of my knowledge, this is really, really working. And I want to inform you that at Touchmark Farmer Center, we have also trying to work in this part so that it's going to be a lot of benefit for farmers. I wanted to talk a bit on large animal production. What are the challenges that you think farmers are facing? Even now that in the Southwest, we begin to see a number of people developing interest in rearing cattle, sheep and goats.
Okay, so rearing of ruminants falls into two. It's either for the meat or for the milk. That is basically what we're still doing here. For the milk, it's just coming up. And then again, The biggest problem is still the gap in knowledge. People are actually not aware of a lot of preventive care they are supposed to give to their ruminants. That is number one. Number two, the issue of feeding is a big problem. People are not knowledgeable enough on how to use available raw materials in their environment to make feeding available for this ruminant all year round. And again, this is also one of the factors that is affecting our environment. Overgrazing, the waste of these animals everywhere, and then the clash between the farmers and the herders. So these are some of the factors that is coming in. Then looking at the milk aspect again, there's another gap in knowledge. People are not really knowledgeable about how to manage dairy animals, be it sheep, goats, or even the cattle in dairy business. And then lastly, the issue of reproduction. In most cases, these animals are not actually producing to the optimal.
Yeah.
So you have a cow, a dairy cow, supposed to give you one calf in a year. But then, how do you manage your operation to achieve this objective is very important. So if you are unable to have a dairy cow calving once in a year, then the business is already running at a loss, because the number of calves you have determine which one will replace the dairy cow when they are old business.
Beautiful. Anyway, we are not going to take your time, but I just want you to know that very soon we're going to be having a number of training. In fact, I call it series of training at Totma Farmer Center. That's going to, so that we can be able to close this gap, both for the farmers and for the professionals alike, because our mission is to ensure that the agribusiness is very profitable for as many that are interested in this business. And I want to assure you that our partners from Zoetis will be available to ensure that all farmers are successful in what they are doing. Once again, this is Dr. Makinde from Totmark Farmer Center. Do have a great day.